I just wanted to share some education resources that I use to educate myself about various aspects of society and all of the voices and histories of this country that are not usually typically sort of shared. This is a really great book that sort of educates on racism in medicine and the differences in treatment of people of color in medicine, and also just medical facts, things like that. I really, really, really love this book. This is a great commentary on socialist principles and how they make things more equitable and safer for women. And also, I mean, it does tie in a little bit of like, oh, people feel more comfortable with sex when they're not using it as a way to get funds. So typically, husbands in the past, if they have a stay-at-home wife, people feel like they have to do things in order to get the funds that they need to just basically survive. And I really love this book. This is obviously not me enforcing communism and the historic practices of it, but it sort of delves into the concept of exploitation under capitalism and some different socialist views. And it's very interesting and readable. I like this a lot. This is just a great little book, Women in Science. It sort of goes over 50 different women in science and the contributions they've made to fields. Angela Davis, pretty much every book by her I love. Are Prisons Obsolete? I'm not going to go into all of the different parts of things and explain it, because I think that would just make this video a million years long, but I'm just going to show some different ones. How to Be an Anti-Racist, Ibram X. Kendi. I love him. The Second Sex, Simone de Beauvoir. Invisible Woman, Data Bias in a World Designed for Men. Just Medicine, A Cure for Racial Inequality in American Healthcare. Indigenous Women in Violence, Feminist Activist Research in Heightened States of Injustice. Violence, Humans in Dark Times. Medical Apartheid, The Dark History of Medical Experimentation on Black Americans from Colonial Times to Present. Say the Right Thing, How to Talk About Identity, Diversity, and Justice. Anonymous is a Woman, A Global Chronicle of Gender Inequality. Love, love, love this book, stamped from the beginning. A definitive history of racist ideas in America. Ibram X. Kendi. I love, love, love this author. This book is just an incredible resource and a huge history of sort of all of the makings of America and how we got to the way we are, and just making sure that we talk about all of the Black history that is typically ignored and the white supremacy that has been just covered up. I don't have all of my books with me because I recently moved to Tennessee and I couldn't bring them all, but I'm sure I have a million more that I just am forgetting in these moments because it's not in my house. There are many Instagram pages that I like to follow as well as just TikTok. I'm going to share some Instagram ones, and then I think TikTok is a lot easily accessible. You can easily find voices of people who are supporting the same views and just making sure that they share equitable and accurate representations of our society. Here is just a list of some of the Instagram pages that I like to follow. I just wanted to wrap up by saying that it's very important for people to educate themselves and not let all of this educational labor fall on marginalized groups. It is not people of color, women, LGBTQIA2+ members' job to inform you on all of these different opinions and histories. I think oftentimes people sort of assume that it should be our role to take the lead. And while some people might feel comfortable doing this, it can be exhausting. Everyone just needs to educate themselves. There are so many resources in this day and age that I think if you're not taking the steps to educate yourself, that is saying something in and of itself. Um, you if you don't like reading, there's like social media things you can follow. There's news outlets you can follow that just give you like quick snippets of like feminist, intersectional information. So please, please, please just take some time to educate yourself. It it doesn't take long, and it means the world, and it means that the burden of educating is not falling on marginalized groups, which is often the case, especially in education and universities. I think a lot of the times when it comes to like educating students on, people of color's opinions and those things, they pretty much always find the one black professor, and all of that labor falls on them. That should not be the case. Everyone should be doing this work. It's necessary, and it's not difficult. It's take it one step at a time. You can slowly build up a lot of information and a lot of resources.